I'm back. It's been a while, nearly 3 weeks, I think, 4 weeks. Been busy. The in-laws over, and just work's been getting in the way, and a lot of golf as well. So I took some time off, which I didn't really expect, but it's been good to kind of appreciate whiskey again. So why not come back and have another uncorking? Something I've not done. I feel, well, I have. In fact, I've done it in my last video. So I'm going to talk about this one. I'm going to get it in the glass first of all, get it opened. Let's see what pop we get. Oh, that cork feels a bit weak. That was about to crack there. But I do have spares, so I'll be careful with that one. But what I have here is a Caol Ila, 13-year-old Caol Ila from the guys at Gordon and MaCphail, independent bottlers, one of the oldest independent bottlers in the game, really. Caol Ila, we're going to Islay, one of the drams I'm a huge fan of. I love a really good Caol Ila. I love a Caol Ila in a bourbon cask, and this is what we have here. So this is carefully matured in their own cask and entrusted from Caol Ila. So they entrust it. They put these kind of cool words in all their bottles. The Gordon MaCphail stuff. I like how they do their branding. This was bottled in 2024, 30th of January. I've got a little bit of cork going through this just now, but I won't cause me any issues. So this has been full bourbon maturation. As we can see by the colour, it is a lower ABV at 43%. That's something they've done in this range previously. Say Caol Ila is peaty, so if you don't like peaty whiskey, this might not be for you. If you're not too sure about peaty whiskey, Caol Ila is always a good start to get into that world, somewhere in between Ardbeg and Laphroaig. Ardbeg being big, heavy, meaty, gamey style. Laphroaig being this very quirky, different iodine and everything else. Caol Ila just has this very tropical, melony, nice notes to it. So I'm hoping, something here I can get to be the same. And I've tried some really good Gordon MaCphails before that I've had Caol Ilas. I've had Caol Ilas themselves. I've had other independent Caol Ilas that they don't say it's Caol Ila, but I think it is. So hoping to meet those guys that do these independent bottles one day and ask that question. But here we do know they're able to put it on the bottle at 13 years old, and we've got all the information that we need. It's got a wee bit here saying smoky with peat. It's light in colour. My only thinking is at 43%. There's nothing on this bottle that tells me it's chill filtered or non-chill filtered. Comes in a tin as well, and it's got the same details on the bottle as it's got on the tin, bar a little bit more of the Discovery range on the back of what it's about. I picked this up maybe a month ago in Falkirk. I found a little shop in there that sells whiskey that I'd never ever seen before, and I couldn't believe it. So I need to go back and visit and see what other kind of cool stuff they've got. They did have some really fun things, so I definitely will get back. I've got this in the glass. I've also got this in my Glencairn, which is the Glasgow Whisky Festival glass, because that's coming up next month. I'm really excited about that. One of my favourite festivals in the world to go to. But before we get into that, let's get this whiskey on the nose. I know it's only been in the glass a short amount of time, a few minutes, but with the lower ABV, it's only been in the bottle for nearly 2 years, because January is just round the corner as well. It's going to be here before we know it. It's light in colour straight away. The legs are doing okay from here. They're not like the usual that we have where 46s and cask strengths. Just probably a little bit of filtration through it, which again is fine for a product like this, which is going to be more engaging with a lot more people around the world, I would imagine. So very light and very pale, just like a skinned grape is what I would say that colour is. It's very light. I'm going to get it on the nose, then we'll get it on the palate, and we'll see if the first impressions of this is going to be anything to shout home about. There is a kind of sweet peat in the backdrop there. There is a sweetness to the front, that melon, that kind of yellow melon or orange melon. I know they've got different names, but my fruit names escape me at times. Again, I've got that peeled grape in my head already, so I've kind of got that sweetness in there too. That little bit of peat, soft, kind of coastal saltiness to it. There's like a kind of soft, leathery note, which I wouldn't really get from it. Like the age of it, I know it's only 13, but I think the more Caol Ilas I've had recently have been young, so having that a little bit older, there's a kind of soft leathery note, which is really nice. Something I didn't expect. I say more that kind of white fruit laden front, that kind of bit of peat coming through on it, which is sweet. It's just a great dram to sit and nose just now. We'll get it on the palate. There's that Caol Ila there. That kind of dried out hay, a little bit of wetness to the grass, the sweetness coming through, that peat in the backdrop from it. There's just a little kind of fruit essence to it, like a concentrated fruit drink, just something a bit syrupy to it as well. It's great. It's got a quicker finish at the 43%. I would personally like it just a little bit longer, but it's nice. And it is light on the nose at 43%. Like I can get that. The peat isn't overzealous here as well. It's there, you know it's there, but it's not a hit you in the face type of peat. Those sweeter notes are just staying coming through. Melons, pears, grapes. That little bit of leather there in there. Soft kind of bit of toasted oak maybe. A little bit of that brown sugar now popping in. Great first impression on the palate. Say that disappears quickly for me, but it's there long enough. It's not 40%. If it's 40%, I'd be chasing the flavour a little bit more. I really like it. I think it's going to open up very well. As I say, that cork was a little bit. I need to open that straight up. I've got a little bit of cork in there again, so I need to maybe replace this one before I ruin that. This is a good whiskey. I picked this up. I think it was £52 I paid for this, which I would say is reasonable price for a 13-year-old independent bottling from Gordon MaCphail that do great stuff, and this is part of the Discovery series, as we say. Notes on here just now is sweet vanilla, dried cure meat, peat smoke, apple and apricot, ripe banana, kiwi, fresh citrus, long, sweet and smoky finish. I agree with some of the things on there. I don't get the kind of meaty notes to it. I don't get fresh citrus. I kind of get more baked kind of citrus fruits and things like that. And it's not a long finish. Sweet, yes. So I agree with some of them, and that's just maybe my personal palate. But this is an enjoyable whiskey. I'll need to re-review this just when I get a little bit more down the bottle to see if anything has changed in that time. But let me know if you've tried this one yourself, if it's something you would go for or something you would give a miss. But it's good to see you back, and I won't be away for so long next time. Thanks for tuning in. Join me next week. Let's talk whiskey.